Well, welcome to this introductory video for abstract algebra. In this video, I'm going to introduce the syllabus and the features of this class, the work that's expected of you, exams, and so on. Now, I have this open to the TAMU CT Canvas page for the class. The only thing that you'll find on this page is the syllabus, and I'm actually going to be running this course from a different canvas. So that's canvas.infrastructure.com, and I'm going to go there and talk about the syllabus from there. So this is what this should look like when you click into this course, TAMU CT 4332, Spring 18. And here I'm going to download the syllabus and we'll walk our way through it. All right, so I'll close this, open this, make this big, and we'll change the view to page width. Where's page width? Well, let's do one page. Whoops. Page width like that. Okay, and I don't need this. All right. All right, very good. All right, so here's the course, the instructor information. So my information, I think you're all familiar with my office, my phone, my cell phone. You can call me on my cell phone anytime from 9 to 9, Monday through Saturday. Sunday, I'd prefer you call me in the afternoons. I don't mind a quick call. I can always not pick up the phone. Just leave a voice message. If your area code is outside of 254 or 512, I may not pick up because sometimes I get junk calls. If I don't answer, just leave a message. So I prefer you call my cell rather than my office. Now, I will be out of the country until spring break, so I won't be available by phone before then. The best way to do is email me, and then if you want to talk, we can set up a Skype session. Right. Here's my email, here's my Skype. Katrina Weiss will be helping with this class, and she also has email, phone, and Skype. And she'll be attending the classes and facilitating. She'll also be holding afternoon office hours. Now, I'm going to be holding 2 Skype office hours per week, and I'm suggesting to hold them Monday and Friday at 9:30. And that may or may not, if that's not convenient for you, then I may change that. This is the same time I'm holding my linear algebra office hours, so I may switch this to 11. I'll notify you by email when the exact office hours are. Sometimes people prefer evening office hours. If I do evening office hours, they'll have to be late because I'm 7 hours ahead when I'm in Nigeria. All right, so Katrina's office hours are Tuesday and Thursday from 2 to 4 p.m. in Warrior Hall 420N, which is right across from my office. All right, so this is a web-enhanced course, and which includes classroom and web-based components. And I'll be using Canvas, which is canvas.instructure.com, not the TAMU CT Canvas. The only use for the TAMU CT Canvas will be to post the course grades. So those will be posted after every test. The quiz grades will be posted on another site, Gradescope, which many of you are familiar with. So I said quiz grades. I'm sorry, what I meant was homework grades, because this is a homework-based class. There are no quizzes. All right, let me skip over this emergency warning system, and we'll talk about the course description. All right. So most of you have taken number theory. This really is a very close follow-on to number theory and builds on some of those ideas. In number theory, we mentioned the notion of group, and that's going to be the central notion in this class. Groups appear in many different applications, many different areas of mathematics. It's one of the most fundamental and most beautiful ideas in mathematics. There are some very deep results that hold for groups that were very difficult to prove, that were only proved in this century, that take hundreds and hundreds of pages to prove. We won't get to those, and we certainly won't prove those, but I hope you'll get a taste of what groups are good for. Groups are especially good when you're talking about symmetry. And you know, symmetry underlies beauty and order, and symmetry is a very important idea in physics, especially modern physics. So you could say in some sense that this is a course about symmetry, if you want to look at it that way. All right, these learning outcomes are very generic. They're the same outcomes that you would expect from any mathematics class. So I'm going to skip over those. We are sensitive to the fact that many people want to certify for high school math, so we'll try to emphasize those skills and competencies that are useful in the 7 to 12 mathematics certification test. All right. All materials are online. There's an online interactive textbook. Now, if you have taken number theory, you're familiar with this book, so let me just jump there. If it's going to go for me, I'm not sure why it's not. Let's try again. All right, so here's the book. You can navigate over here. We're going to be starting in chapter 7. So you go down here to chapter 7, and you can click in here, definitions and examples. You can look at this. You can, of course, you can make it bigger or smaller in your browser as you want. You can use Control F to find things if you want. For instance, suppose I want to find pentagon in this chapter. And there's the only occurrence of pentagon. We can look for triangle. All right, there's 7 occurrences because I can skip through and find them all. There is also an index where you can look up words and click through that. Right, so I hope once you get used to working with this book, I think you'll enjoy using this book. Whenever I lecture in class, I always use this book. Now, if you prefer a different format, you can, where is my syllabus? I think it's here, is the one I want to be looking at. You can also go to the conventional PDF at this website, so let's go there and see what's going on there. Certainly, I'm not sure why it's saying that. Let me keep on going. Okay. I'm not sure why I think I'm just going to copy and paste this link into my browser, and you can see what's going on. I don't know why that link doesn't work, so let's just do that. All right, so here you are. This is a link to the same HTML text. If you want a PDF, you can right-click and save from here. There is also a print version that you can buy. I get $5 from that. So however you want, the PDF and the print version are not absolutely necessary, but they are available. All right, so let's go back to the syllabus. Course requirement, homework quizzes. As I said, there will not be quizzes. Here it says homework will be submitted approximately once a week. Actually, it's less often than that. You're going to have to pace yourself. Often assignments are not due for 2 weeks. And I found in number theory that many people waited until the last day. But you can't do that. I'm not going to grant extensions. You're going to have to learn how to pace yourself out and how to do work and plan ahead for when the deadline is going to be. You will have plenty of chances in class to work, plenty of chances to go to office hours. Pace your progress. Make sure that you're making adequate progress as you go along. Math is not something you can wait till the last minute and cram. It just doesn't work. You have to keep on working at it. You have to keep chipping away. There are also 2 tests, and each test will occupy 2 class periods. So in week 8, the 2 class periods will be tests, and in 16, 2 class periods will be tests. If you're not able to make the class period, you can arrange during office hours or some other time with Katrina. So that's not going to be a problem. All right, it's to your advantage to do all of the homework. If you do all the homework and you're within 1 point of the next grade, then I'll bump you up. So for instance, if you have an 89.1 and you've done all the homework, what I mean is all the homework assignments. That doesn't necessarily mean that you've done every individual problem. But if you've done all the homework assignments and you have an 89.1, then that's an A. If you missed a homework assignment and you have an 89.99, well, that's a B. I'm just going to go straight by the numbers. That's how it works. All right. So I have a grading convention, and here's some rough idea how I will grade each problem. The homework will be submitted on Gradescope and also posted. The results will be posted on Gradescope. And I'll have to introduce Gradescope later. I can take you to the page. When you go into Gradescope, it will look something like this. You go to Math 4332. I haven't created any assignments yet, but you'll be able to go here. You'll be able to submit here, and there's a PDF form that you'll have to print out and submit on. And you need to submit the problems in exactly the same arrangement that they are on the PDF form, right? So we'll be talking about that later. Again, if you took number 3 last semester, you're familiar with the Gradescope. I'm sure many people are not very happy about it and are kind of aggravated. I'll try to make some improvements. I think it's a fundamentally good software if we just learn how to use it well. There's always a period of difficulty adjusting to new software, and we'll just get past that period and we'll be able to use Gradescope very smoothly. I also make homework due on Tuesdays at midnight. So if you have problems with Gradescope, you can go to Katrina, and Katrina can help you submit your assignment. But don't be emailing me on Tuesdays at 11 p.m. and say, I need an extension. You're just going to have to not wait till the last minute. You have to build in that buffer and that cushion so you make sure that you have it on time. Right? I can't hold up the class for you. You just have to learn how to accommodate your schedule. All right? When you catch a train, you have to make the train on time. So in this case, if you have to hand in the homework on time, you just have to hand it on time. That's just how we'll run the class. And once you're used to that, it's not going to be a problem. All right. Here's the schedule. You can see the topics. There is allowance for late work if you have a medical excuse with written verification, and because this does cause difficulty with the class and managing the class, your maximum grade is 65%. Now that's not going to hurt you too much if you're sick for 1 or 2 weeks. That's not a big deal. So, but it does allow you to pass. But being sick does degrade the participation and the amount that you're able to learn, so it will affect your grade. I do sympathize with people who have health issues. I remember when I was in graduate school, I had pneumonia for 2 weeks, and that certainly affected my grades. But you just have to do what you can and keep on going. If you can't make an exam session, you can reschedule. If you have a problem with a grade, then you should appeal within 1 week of receiving the graded paper. Now, I welcome people questioning their grades. I think that's a good way to learn. If you think that your paper was not graded fairly, and we discussed that, that's a good way for you to learn. It's a good way for me to learn. Certainly, I'm not infallible in the way I grade, and you may have done something that I missed. Just when you write your problems up, try to be very clear so I know what you're talking about. You should definitely save all your work, because sometimes when the grades are recorded, they're not recorded correctly. So please save all your work. Then at the end of the work, you can make a big bonfire and burn it all at once. So that should be fine. So please pay attention to this. This is helpful to you, and it will help it will avoid any problems, any misunderstandings. Just keep all your records, and please do question authority. Now, the rest of the syllabus is not important. This is very generic, so I'm not going to talk about that. So I think that's all I need to say about the syllabus. This is very much a conventional class based on homework. During class periods, I will be presenting problems. If we go to, I don't even remember if I did that. Let's go to the page here. I think I might have said this, but I'll say it again. Pardon me for repeating. I guess I didn't say it. So here you can see this is the canvas.instructure.com webpage that I'm going to be running the course from, and you'll see that the assignments appear on the course page. So if you click on this, you're saying, what? There's no internet connection. All right, so I think my router has just tanked. So I'm going to stop the recording here, and we'll just go on. You'll see on the page what the assignment is. We'll make that up later. So thanks for watching.